2, 1.
What's happening to all of you cool cats in the distinctly extraordinary society? It's your boy Coach B in the house. Hey guys, tonight we're going to continue diving into this whole think and grow rich thing and how to apply this to our lives in the 21st century. So y'all know how we roll, guys. If you are on live, hashtag live, and then where in the world are you watching live from? If you're watching on the replay, where are you watching the replay from in this world? So guys, today it's a beautiful sunny and 78 degrees here in Middle Tennessee. Okay, no it ain't. It's -7 right now. It's stupid cold. My wife pointed out that it is colder here in Middle Tennessee than it is in Alaska, and that's just stupid, my friends. So guys, that's what's going on here in Middle Tennessee. So guys, yesterday we dove into Think and Grow Rich, and we're going to start tonight off with the same thing. Guys, Napoleon Hill was a freaking genius. But we're going to touch on this tonight, my friends. Awake and arise. This is you. This is me. This is us. Awake and arise and assert yourself, you dreamers of the world. Your star is now in ascendancy. That's you, my friends. That's me. That's us. It's our time to shine. Now, guys, with that being said, it's our time to shine. Hey guys, I can see a couple folks, a couple 12 of y'all hopping on live. And again, friends, if you're on live, where in the world are you watching live from? So let's recap on yesterday. Guys, yesterday we talked about all the millionaires, billionaires, gazillionaires, trillionaires, and all the other heirs in the world. If we could take all of that wealth, amass it into one centralized location, that is your brain. If we could take all that wealth and amass it into one centralized location and then not touch a penny of it. Okay, maybe you touch a penny of it. Boop, touch a penny. Boop, touch the penny. That is where most of us today in the 21st century are whenever it comes to utilizing your magnificent, marvelous, inconceivably power supercomputer that is between your earlobes, your brain. This is the recap of yesterday. This is where most of us in the 21st century are with leveraging the power of our brains. So guys, we're going to continue to dive into Think and Grow Rich, leveraging these principles into the 21st century. And we're going to continue rolling with Napoleon Hill. And Hill states this, my friends. The key to success. And this success that we're speaking of, friends, can be becoming rich, could be in your health and your wealth. It can be any and all of those things. Remember, guys, what we focus on is 5 different pillars. Faith, family, fun, fitness, and finances. If we look at those 5 pillars, faith, family, fun, fitness, and finances, that is your success. It can be defined as a goal that you got to pour everything, every single ounce of your energy, your attention, your resources, your power, your energy, your effort into achieving that thing. Now that thing can look drastically different for people across the world. You have to be the one to define what this goal is, what this measure of success that you're shooting for is. Well, for me, now this is just me personally, friends, in 2023, my goal was, now I'm a part of the Herbalife USA company. For me personally, it was to become a part of the top 10%. It's called TAB Team, Top Achieving Business Team. I wanted in 2023, this was my personal goal. I wanted to achieve that particular goal in 2023. And I wanted to do it in 1 year. Now, what I had to do was I had to first define what I wanted to accomplish in 2023. Now, let's rewind in time, friends, because this is where we're going to start. We are just now starting 2024. Have you yet defined what you want 2024 to look like? If you haven't, then how do we achieve that? We need to figure out what it's going to look like so we can reverse engineer that, dude. So let's rewind back in time, October of 2022. My 2023 goal started on October of 2022 when I attended a mastermind that challenged me to think outside of the box and put to paper what that was going to look like. Now, it may take us many, many, many years to achieve success. But before we can achieve success, we have to define in our own terms, what does that success look like for you? For me, I wanted to achieve TAB Team in 1 year's time frame. So in October, I started the mastermind. And this is a principle of Think and Grow Rich, leveraging the mastermind. The mastermind is just a collection of people, big-brained people, who are going to challenge you to think outside of the box, outside of the norms, question status quo, being comfortable, and take your pen, your pencil, your whatever it is that you do. You know, some people are all like super tech savvy and they want to like type it. Whatever it is, put it to paper. Write it down. Type it up. This is where my journey started in October. It was terrifying for me to think of achieving this goal in a 1 year's time frame. Disclaimer, typically it takes like 2 to 5 years for most people to do this. And I was like, I'm going to do it in 1. Because I've seen there are people who've done it in 6 months. And I knew it was possible for me to achieve this goal in 6 months. But I also didn't have an idea of how to do it. So I gave myself a 1 year's time frame for this to happen. So this is step number 1, friends, defining what success looks like for you. Now, when we do that, my friends, and we can take all of our energy, all of our might, all of our passion, all of our focus, and pinpoint it, laser focus it into that desire, into that will, you will eventually attain what you seek. But we first have to define it, friends. Because look, here's the deal. Y'all probably know this, but I'm just going to call a spade a spade. You can wish in one hand and you know in the other, and we'll figure out which one's going to fill up first. Merely wishing for success, merely wishing, daydreaming, watching other people in the world live your dream, it's going to get you nowhere. It's going to get you nowhere. So guys, I've put all these notes together so that you guys can follow along in my, basically from now until then, my 18th month journey to where I am at now of being able to say we have already acquired multi-millions. Now for me, poor dude, backcountry living, barely past high school, still trying to work through college, can do it. You too can do it. But we first got to 1, awake and arise and assert yourself, you dreamers of the world. Dream big. Get you a BHAG. A BHAG. You know, my wife started reading a book and she was talking about these BHAGs, and I'm like, what in the world is a BHAG? And she's like, bro, where have you been? You don't know what a BHAG is? I'm like, sounds kind of dirty to me, but nope. It's a big, hairy, audacious goal. Something you cannot achieve on your own, and you've got to have help if you're gonna tackle a BHAG. I mean, it's like a Bigfoot, but real. Now somebody gonna try to hunt me down and shoot me because they're like, oh, bro, Bigfoot's real. Bigfoot may be real. I don't freaking know if Bigfoot's real, but I know BHAGs are real, friends. And if you ain't got one, get you one. If you ain't got two, get you two. Get you some haters while you're out there getting you some BHAGs. But guys, look, for real. Merely wishing for success is going to get you nowhere. However, however, by desiring success by the way of having an obsessive goal, I'm talking, guys, 2023, you could not defocus me. You could not derail me because I'm like, you're with me or you're against me. And if you're against me, get behind me, Satan. I got no place for you in my life because I was obsessive with my goal. I was meticulous with my plan. We was not altering the plan whatsoever. Because the people who had came before me, who has already paved the path, who has already proven it can be done, said this is how you do it. We was meticulous to the plan. I refused to accept failure. Did I fall? You're abso-freaking-lutely right, I fail. But every time I failed, I made sure I failed forward. I failed forward. Because every time I failed, I used that as a learning lesson of what not to do. And I took that and I learned from it and applied the same principles that got me to that point of success, leveraging this new knowledge of what not to do and continued pressing forward. But look, friends, if you put it to paper, exactly, and we're going to dive into this pretty deep, friends, you got to put it to paper and define what success looks like. Because if you don't, you're never, ever, ever going to freaking hit it. To do this, to define what success looks like for you. You know, because not everyone's driven by becoming super fit. You know, having a wall full of world championship medals. I am very thankful. I am blessed, humble, brag, you know, call it what you will. You know, some people's like arrogant a-hole, call it what you will. I have been blessed, my friends, that God has given me an opportunity to travel this world and compete internationally and win some really freaking cool world championship stuff. You know, and I got it hung up on my wall. And it's not to brag, but it is a constant reminder every time I walk by my medals wall. Every time my kids walk by this medal wall, that we see, and it is a constant reminder of the success that we have seen. Because, guys, we're all going to fall. We're all going to trip. We're all going to eventually at some point get distracted. Because, look, here's the real deal, friends. That is Satan's only job. Look here. In the middle of a hurricane, sheer chaos is going on all around the eye of that storm. But look, in the center of that storm, if you was not looking around to your surroundings and you just looked up into the sky, all is well. Skies are clear. If we keep our focus on the cross, my friends, if we keep our focus on Jesus Christ, if we keep our focus on the prize, whatever that prize is for you, because you are the only one who can determine and define what that prize is. When you keep your eyes on the prize, it is very hard for you to get distracted. But guys, look, in 6 different steps, Napoleon Hill in the book Think and Grow Rich. And hey guys, we got a workshop coming up March 22nd through 24th right here in Middle Tennessee. April 19th through the 21st. If you're on the West Coast in California, we're having another workshop there. But look, 6 different steps. Step number 1, decide. You must decide. No one else. Because no one else should determine what success looks like for you. Only you, my friends, only I can determine and should determine what that is. But the 6 different steps here, my friends, determine exactly how much success you wish to make. And I've worded it this way, how much success, because some people, and I have had conversations with these people, they are perfectly content with an average, mundane, normal, plain old, Jane old, paycheck to paycheck life. They're A-okay with that. And there's nothing wrong with that, if that is what you have determined success looks like for you. Look, for me, for the Coach B, that ain't gonna cut it. I know, at least for me, this is only me, because remember, friends, you are the only one who can determine what success looks like for you. But for me, at least for me in my house, I know I was destined for greatness before I was born. Because God told me exactly what was going to happen through my life, with my life, because He predestined it. I'm not ordinary. I'm extraordinary. And for me, the distinctly extraordinary coach, my friends, I was designed to live a distinctly extraordinary life. And my question to you and my question to everyone in the signature block of every email I send, we were destined to live a distinctly extraordinary lifestyle. What will you do with the moments that you've been granted? Because my friends, our days are numbered. Number 1, determine exactly, key word here, friends, exactly how much success you wish to make. Describing it to the exact dollar amount. Describing it to the exact pound that you want to weigh. Describe it to the exact place you want to win in this competition. Describe it in the exact place you want to be in the career that you are currently working. For me, it's called the marketing plan with Herbalife. I knew exactly where I wanted to be in a 12-month time frame in that marketing plan. And I achieved it. I may have achieved it, friends, on the last day of the month. I'm talking down to the last hour. I was hustling the entire year, but I achieved freaking tab team in 1 year. It took the whole freaking year, but I did it. And more than that, we qualified for a free trip to the Bahamas for the whole freaking family. It was down to the last hour. New Year's Eve, where people are out freaking partying, Cassie and I were hustling. I'm talking getting it like a boy dog. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I'm talking getting after it. Because I refused to not hit my goal. Guys, you've got to define exactly what that looks like. to the T. Step number 2 in Napoleon's Think and Grow Rich, 6 steps to becoming successful. Determine what you are willing to do to receive this amount of success. Are you gonna get your lazy butt up off the couch? Are you gonna stop drinking the alcohol? Are you gonna stop drinking the sodas? Are you gonna start saving money? Are you gonna start educating yourself? You know, whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, you've got to go above and beyond what everyone else in the world is doing if you want to achieve a result that they are not willing to do. You've got to go above and beyond. But you have to determine what you're willing to do. I was willing to give up an entire year of my life, and my brother was like, hey bro, we're gonna go shooting. You wanna go? Nah man, can't. Hey man, we're gonna go hiking, rock climbing, rappelling, paintballing. Hey man, we got a cave-in trip. You wanna go? Oh, no man, can't. I'm working. He's like, dude, you're always working. I know, bro. And I don't like it. But I was focused, laser focused, my friends, on what I was willing to do to live like no one else in the world can live. I was willing to give up a year of my life to do that. I was willing to invest monumental amounts of money that I probably should have putting away, you know, because the economy was tanked, into personal development. Because the mastermind, being around people who think on a different wavelength and a different level than you, they are going to be the ones that are going to push you outside of your comfort zones and question you. What are you? What am I, Coach B, Brandon Eckel, willing to do to achieve the level of success that you have said you are going to achieve in a 1 year's time frame? Moving into point 3, friends, I've been talking about this whole time. You've got to set a date by which you are going to become this amount of success. Now, friends, it was Tab Team last year. We've already got to the place of growing a business that has accumulated millions and millions of dollars. What's next? What does the next level of success look like for us? The next level of success for us is going to be, how do I teach, mentor, lead, guide, and direct every single person who trusts me to clear the path for them to get them to where we are today? By continuously placing myself around people who do not think conventionally in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Which leads me to point number 4. Those same people who are constantly forcing me outside of my comfort zone, constantly forcing me to think on a different vibration, they're also constantly forcing me to create a plan on how I'm going to achieve the next level of success for me. Because now what I want is to gain not just wealth, not just health. I've done some really cool freaking stuff in the health and wellness arena. We've done some really freaking cool stuff in the wealth growing arena. How do we help others achieve the same success in health and wealth that we have? And this is where we have partnered with people who are doing things that we've not yet done. We are partnering with people who are doing things bigger than we are currently doing. We are partnering with people who have not yet accomplished the things that they want to accomplish in life, but I know and they know they are destined for bigger and better and greater things. So plan number 4, or tip number 4, step number 4. We've got to create that plan on how are we going to achieve this goal? And not procrastinate any longer. So remember, guys, 2023 was the most successful year of my entire adult life. I'm knocking on 50, friends. I mean, I'm going to say it. I look pretty damn good. I look good. I look good. I must say it. I look good to be knocking on 50. But look, we epically failed for 30 years. 30 years. It took me failure after failure after failure after failure to know what not to do, how to not parent my kids, how to not raise my kids, learning from my own parents, learning from other parents, taking classes, getting help. You know, therapy's not a bad thing. I got a pretty daggone good marriage. I've got a mentor who talks about how he is Persian and he gets laid more than a rug. I've got a really good marriage. I've got 4 amazing kids that sometimes, yes, they drive me bonkers. But we were definitely a family that said having outside counsel is a good thing. Having mentors is a phenomenal thing. Being part of small groups who are going to help us learn how to be better parents was a great thing. Taking advice from elders who have been around the block a time or 700. And like, hey, you know, I tried that and this is what happened for me. You know, if I were to do it all over again, here's what I would do differently. You know, listening to those people and taking action on their advice, but also being your own person. Well, guys, as we work through Think and Grow Rich in the 21st century, leveraging these 6 principles, we got to create a plan. Well, we're going to create that plan to achieve the goal. Remember, you are the one that's going to define that goal, but we've got to begin at once. Stop dragging your feet, stop procrastinating, and most of all, friends, write it down. Write it down, make it plain. Because if it's written down, it's measurable, it's objective. It's not, well, you know, I kind of feel a little crappy today. You feel? I know. I feel freaking amazing. I just rocked a workout that was supposed to take 12 minutes and I did it in 5. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I feel really freaking good knocking on 50's door. I feel great. My mind is sharper than it's ever been. My body moves better than it's even back when I was in special operations in the Marines. You know, I was supposed to be like the top 1%, best of the best, elite. I can run circles around that 18, 20-year-old dude today. But I had to write down what I was going to do to get the body that I wanted. What I was willing to do to get the woman that I wanted. What I was willing to do, the crap I was willing to take, the things I was willing to not do, to now be able to do. And here we go, guys, wrapping it up with number 6. This is where most people fail. Success is right around the corner, but you quit running right before the turn because you're tired. You're exhausted. You got to write the thing that you want to achieve down. For me, it was to become in the top 10% of a $9 billion annual income company. I wanted to be in the top 10% of that. I wrote it down, what it was, exactly what it took to get there. I'm talking down to like the cent. I knew exactly what it took to get there. And I read that dude aloud. It was on my screensaver. It was on the background of my computer. It was on the home screen of my phone. It still is. Still to this day. The next level, of course. The next level. I read it every morning. I looked at it all day long. I read it every night. I visualized about it. I dreamed about it. I fantasized about it. I talked about it. I had arguments with my wife of like, if this thing don't point towards that thing, we ain't freaking doing it. And she was like, bro, like, you need to chill. Like, no, no, no. If this ain't leading to that, I ain't doing it. I ain't going there because I'm going this way. You're either with me or you're against me. She loves me big now because now she's going to, good Lord, she's done been, friends, done been. She spent 2 weeks in freaking France, Greece, Italy, like, daggum, Hawaii. Been to Hawaii 3 times now. Jeez, Orlando, Florida, half a dozen times California. I mean, she went to 27 different states already, 14 different countries. She's going to spend 3 months out of the country this year. She loves me big now. She didn't like me then. But look, here's what we're going to say as we wrap this bad boy up. You've got to define what success is going to look like for you in 2024. And maybe it's too late for 2024 because you're like, bro, I don't even know. What does success look like for you in 2025? Because we're going to take 2024 to create that plan and then start taking action on it, because you're going to fail, you're going to stumble, you're going to trip. But we're going to know exactly what 2025 success is going to look like, and we're going to start on it now. Do not procrastinate, my friends, because if you visualize it, dream about it, talk about it. I'm talking, guys, I was telling people that I have already done this thing, even though I was still like this far away, but I knew I was going to do it. I knew I was going to hit it. Took me to the last day of the month to do it, but I did it. I did it. While being able to visualize yourself in this successful spot, being the millionaire, the billionaire, the trillionaire, the gazillionaire, being the fitness rock star, being this rock star husband, wife, mom, dad, whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, you're going to have to visualize it. And it's going to seem challenging at first. It's going to still feely. It's going to see, it's going to seem silly. Drop it in the chat. It will seem silly. Drop in the chat, friends. It will seem silly. When you start to say this, it's going to feel wrong. It's going to feel weird. But you have got to say it. You've got to visualize it. You've got to daydream about it. Once that dude gets programmed into your subconscious mind, it's OV. It's game over. You cannot not fail. You can't. It's impossible. You cannot not fail. But to be success conscious, you first have to see yourself in possession of that thing, living the lifestyle you want to attain. Having the dream husband, the dream wife, the dream car, the dream job, the dream body, the insert the thing, whatever it is for you, you have to be able to visualize yourself there first. The only way to become successful and to possess this deep desire of success that you will stop at nothing to get is you got to follow these 6 steps. 1, decide exactly what it is. 2, to determine what you are willing to do to get that success. 3, put a date on that dude. 4, create the plan. 5, write it down in a very clear statement. And 6, read that dude aloud. As weird as it feels, as weird as it seems, read it aloud. In the morning, in the evening. Talk about it. Dream about it. I'm talking daydream about it, not dream about it. Friends, if you want to learn how to do these things and you want someone who will lead you, guide you, mentor you every single step of the way, you're going to have a whole team full of people at our next mastermind, which is the Think and Grow Rich workshops. It's going to be taking place right here in Middle Tennessee, March 22nd through 24th. Your boy Coach B is going to be one of the speakers, one of the other mentors that you're going to be hearing from. You've heard me talk about this young lady a time or two, but her name is Afia Al-Faiz. This woman can take any thought that anyone has in their mind and help them make it so crystal clear on what to do, how to do it, that you just cannot. It's impossible for you to fail. And when you couple that with what Dr. Obama Bowen is bringing, this man has already to this day read the Think and Grow Rich book 142 times at this recording. 142 times. The man knows the principles inside and out, upside down, backwards. I'm talking in a mirror. He will also be here during that mastermind to break it down like a shotgun, my friends. So mark it on your calendars. March 22nd through 24th if you're on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, my friends, it'll be April 19th through the 21st. Well, guys, it's your chaos coordinator, the distinctly extraordinary Coach B, signing off, my friends. If you want to be a part of the Think and Grow Rich workshop, here's how you do it. But until tomorrow, my friends, peace out, Girl Scout. We'll catch you on the next episode.